Hello friends, how are you? So today I'm going to discuss about the homework. Uh, I think some of you are having problem while Shatadru and Rishan has done a good job. I feel Argo and Rishik are struggling with this one. So I'll try to discuss little bit about this topic and how to answer such questions. Now you can see both the homeworks in your screen. Assume the first one is for Rishika and Argo. Assume you are the director of ISRO and you are leading a mission to Uranus. Unfortunately, the mission has failed. What will be your message to your co-workers and scientists? They are all very much frustrated and disheartened. How will you cheer them up? And similarly, for how do you console your friend, right? Now both of these are little bit similar. If you have seen, if you have felt, right? I'm not sure whether Ishan and Shatatu, you have read the first exercise, so or not, but both of them similar. What is the similarity? You need to console someone or your team. Okay, so it's consoling means when there is a failure and the person is sad and you need to tell something to that person so that the person again becomes normal, right? So that is called consoling. Now whenever you want to console someone, there is a technique, right? So first technique is uh, called empathy, rather empathy and sympathy, right? What is sympathy? It's sympathy is like you telling, okay, I feel bad for you. Okay, my best wishes are with you. I pray good for you. So all wishes, right? You wish him to be quickly recovered and forget his, so all these kind of good things that you tell. Empathy is like feeling, actually feeling. So sometimes what do we do? We speak like that but we do not mean. Okay, what do I mean by that? So internally we feel happy. Oh, my friend, you have failed, right? Good, 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 I have passed, right? So but on the external part we'll say, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry, but then internally we feel happy that okay, he has failed, right? He cannot compete with me anymore. Okay, sometimes it may happen that okay, big projects which when fail, some leaders or managers, they may feel happy. Okay, you, it might be like that case that okay, that manager has failed, now it is my good fortune that now I can become famous. Okay, so that kind of mentality, that kind of thoughts must not be there. So whenever you are consoling someone, you should feel for that person. Just like okay, think like that, that okay, that thing has happened to me, now what will be my mental situation? Okay, so you need to think like that. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is, but that is not all, that is my point. If you just go and say that okay, okay, you have tried best, what can you do, luck is there, and better luck next time, keep trying hard. So we all know that there's no point in telling those things. One who has failed, the scientists who have tried so hard, do they not know that okay, I mean the project will continue, again they will keep trying. Okay, so the most important part is you need to tell the persons that this is not the end, this is not the end, this is the biggest message. So if you talk to that person for let's say 10 minutes, empathy and sympathy should be only for 2 to 3 minutes. Rest all of the time, like this is not the end. Okay, future is there, future is there, hope is there. Okay, we must get up and plan, we must get up and plan, right? So this is the biggest thing that you should keep talking about. This is not the end. And in line to that, you may speak many a things, right? Like uh, okay, now let me tell you what all things we can tell in that. Before that, let me tell you a story. Okay. Story of Thomas Alva Edison. Edison was a great scientist. Okay, Edison was a great scientist who has discovered many things. But his most famous invention, if I remember correctly, was the electric bulb. Okay? electric bulb. Now, in order to discover this electric bulb, he actually failed 1,000 times. He was trying different things. He was making this and that, and every time it is bursting. Okay, there are some small accident, and it is not actually successful, unsuccessful. So 1,000 times he becomes unsuccessful, and finally he is able to made it. So when he made it, he became famous, very famous. And so the reporters, they came, and they were actually interviewing that person, Edison. And so, okay, I don't know this is true story or not, but this is a very famous story. So one of them asked, Mr. Edison, like, how you keep yourself motivated after you failed, let's say, 900 times. Okay, so let's say I'm trying to make some product, right? I failed first time. Okay, first time I failure. Okay, second time I failed. Third time I failed. Okay, fourth time again I'll assume that you have failed 500 times. Then again you are going and trying 501 times. Okay, then again after 800 times you also failed. Still you are going and trying 801 times. 900 times you have failed. Again you are going and trying again another 100 times. Okay, so he told, actually, it's a very, this is what we should never uh, give up, never give up. He told that I do not see that I have failed 999 times. No, I have not failed 999 times. Now I know that there are 999 ways of not making a bulb, but there is one way of making a bulb, right? So now I know 1,000 ways. Out of those 1,000 ways, there are 999 ways of not making a bulb, right? If you follow those ways, you will make something else, not a bulb. But again, if I would not have failed, I would not have known those 999 ways. So who got benefited out of this, right? So this is the attitude with which we should deal with someone who has failed. Okay, we should tell that person this story, that okay, give up, I mean, stand up. Okay, there are, yes, you have failed, this is a very bad thing which has happened. Okay, Uranus mission has failed, very bad thing which has happened. We have wasted lots of money, we have wasted lots of energy, we have struggled so hard, yet it failed. But then that's not the end. Okay, what we should emphasize is what all things we learned. Now, okay, when you go and talk to that person, first you expressed your sympathy, then you expressed your empathy. Okay, I mean sympathy with the feeling of empathy, and then you told about this is not the end. If you simply tell that person, okay, this is not the end, this is not the end, wake up, stand up, okay, go and start working again, that is not the way the people is going to listen to you. Okay, so you should talk with a concrete plan. Okay, now let's say a mission has failed, I'm the director, right? Every mission has a plan B. Plan B means what will happen if there is a failure, right? So I should remind that person, don't lose your heart, don't just sit and keep crying. Yes, I am also feeling very sad, this is not what we work for, but let's get up, let's get going to work for the plan B. Okay, or what is the whatever is the next plan. Similarly, if someone, your friend, has failed in your subject, right? So you should tell, well, whatever has happened, it's a past, you cannot change it, right? Now let us try to find out what can be done, right, to make it a better thing. Okay, so let's say you tell, okay, have you seen your copybook, or exam copybook? So do you know in what all places you have done the mistake? Do you know what all things you could do better? Okay, if you know these things, is there any help that I can assist, give, provide to you? Now, this is the third biggest thing. Help. Help. Help that I can do to, or I can extend to you. I can extend to you. So that person will know that, okay, if I have failed in history, or I have not got the, I'm expecting 90 marks, I've got 60 marks. So I have seen my exam copy books. Okay, these are the places where I have done mistakes. Okay, so I need to do this. That person would have known, right? But then you need to talk to that person about those things, not just limiting in sympathy and empathy, not just in sympathy. Okay, you should talk to that person about the plans, future plans, what to do, what not to do. Okay, what are things to be corrected, and helps that you can do. Can I help you in something? Can I share with you more questions and answers? Can I talk to you about the about your weak points? If you want to discuss about your weak points in history lessons with me, I'm happy to help you. So help, this is the third point. And finally, what are the fourth point? Learnings. Learnings. What all things you learned from this one? Okay. See, every failure, as I told, Thomas Alva Edison told this way, right? I mean, from that particular story, right? Every failure is a learning. So we learn something from every failure. This is not the way to do, right? The next time you will be doing, you should not do it in that way. You must not, rather. So you should ask that person, what are your learnings? Okay, what all things you learned from this failure? Okay, so these are the 3 4 points that you should talk to someone who has failed. Hmm. First is like you should express your sympathy with a genuine sense of empathy, right? It should not be just like for just for social purposes. Okay, you have met your friend, oh you have failed, oh sorry, and then you are laughing. Not like that. You should really feel for that person and express your sympathy. But then you should tell that person that, okay, don't worry, this is not the end. This is not the last exam of your life. There is nothing called last exam in your life. There is nothing called last project in your life. Life is much bigger, right? Sometimes we fail, sometimes we pass, sometimes things do not go as per our wish, sometimes we exceed, okay, we excel, we do much better than what we have thought of. And you should tell 1 or 2 stories, like the story I have told about Thomas Alva Edison, like that. Okay, and you should cheer up that try to cheer up that person. Okay, now do not expect that once you tell a story, once you tell this thing, that person will start laughing, okay, and start jumping and go straight away to laboratory or straight away to study table. And no, that will not happen, right? That person is sorrowful, that person is crying, that person is broken up, so it will take some time. So you should keep talking about these things, not just once or twice, but maybe couple of days, couple of weeks. Okay, like that. Third thing, help that I can extend to you. Okay, anything, have you check with him. Many a times what happens that people, after they get a result, okay, they become so sorrowful that they do not go back and check the copy books, they do not check their plans. Okay, they just break down and sit and cry and like that way. So just ensure that you ask that person, have you checked your copy books? Have you talked to your teacher? Have you asked them that what are things went wrong? So these things, and how can I help you? And last is learnings. Okay, so these are the 3 4 points. If you try to do it, I think you can help a person in a great way. Thank you.